Good, well, and thank you to inviting me to Mexico. I wanted to firstly introduce myself and a bit about my history in IT and the number of companies I've worked for in the travel industry. But I thought rather than do that, I reflected at my time at all those companies and how in the travel industry we've always seen problems, whether that's wars, SARS, bird flu, natural events. And the travel industry has always recovered and grown. And you sit on top of an environment here with a lovely country, a beautiful country, some very passionate people and great culture. So travel will grow. And I think what you've heard from many speakers today is how to attack that. And what I want to do really is talk about the digital world and the technology that's changing the world around us. My whole career has been built on that. Let me first show you this video. It's from the World Economic Forum. So it says the business models of each and every business will change because of the digital world. But what is that digital world? This fourth industrial revolution is being governed out of a set of technologies that are coming together to make the way people interact with things around them very differently. So how is travel and tourism reacting to that change? If you go back about 7 or 8 years ago, Gartner, one of the big research companies, came up with the concept of digital so that we could get more money into technology and came up with a set of 5 things that they thought was driving that digital world. But it really didn't resonate with people. But what started to resonate was when you join those technologies together in a very different way. And suddenly the Internet of Things meant that you were traveling with your mobile device, but you were interacting with things around you. That suddenly the cloud and big data gave you insight and could predict what was the next best thing to do and start helping you on your journey. That actually we could use augmented reality, natural language, and change the way we interact with things around us. Why do you type into your computer today on a keyboard that seems very strange to most of you? Well, it was invented like that, so when the keys of the typewriter went, they didn't jam. And you're still using that in the modern world. We should talk to computers going forward. So what you're actually going to see in our industry is many things happening and changing around us because of that digital world. We've seen the trust models, as I call it, the Airbnbs, the TripAdvisors, Amazon, places where both the supplier and the consumer put reviews together. It's where you trust where to go. When I'm looking to go to a country and travel, I want to be immersed in that country. I don't want to sit on a tourist bus taking pictures or sit on a boat with hundreds of other tourists. I want to get immersed into the local environment. And I can do that through understanding through social media what's happening there, getting a view of it in the real time from people I trust. And when I think of the earthquake you've had here, and it was a tough time for everybody I know, if I look on social media and you go and look there today, what was the response? If you look at, is there a map that tells me where the trouble was in Mexico City. How could I, what safe areas to walk around? Jason talked about that this morning. You can use social media, this type of technology, to really inform travelers so they can move very safely around and inform themselves. The traveler of today is very independent, books independently, travels independently, and looks to the social media to find the way around. Why? Because we're all sitting on mobile devices. Now, how many of you have got at least 100 applications on your mobile phone? How many of you use 50 of them? Anybody use 50 apps? 30 apps? About 30 apps? 20 apps? 20 apps? Okay. There's 60,000 travel apps out there. So why build another one unless somebody's going to use it? What makes somebody go to your app to use it? And it will be about immersed experience. Something that you really trust. I bet you've all got Uber. Anybody not got Uber on their phone? Go and get it. Because actually it's an experience. It's what you want. It interacts with you how you want to interact. So that's the thing. How do you build that experience in the mobile world? Because everybody talks it's mobile first. But it's not actually mobile first. It's experience first. What people want to do is be immersed in an experience around them. The application you've got has got to give you that experience. You've got to feel comfortable with it. You've got to trust it. It's got to actually seem seamless to you. You've got to believe in it. It's got to be fast. What's your attention span? Do you know what the average attention span of a human being is? Well, a goldfish is 7 seconds. You've all got 5. Okay? So you've got a less attention span than a goldfish. And that's the reason why this environment's got to be fast. It's got to be accurate. It's got to be immersive. Because that's what you want. So are we ready in the travel industry? Because mobile plays a key role in all our lives. And I'll just give you a quick video now of how people are just using it in every part of their day. More than 40% of consumers wake up with their phone. How many of you sleep with your phone? Oh, don't ask the question, okay. You check your phone more times than anything else, 47 times a day. Hilton are building in your keys.
Plug into this digital ecosystem. When a loyal traveller touches down in London, she can enjoy a seamless transition and can check into her room before she arrives. She will already have a key, because card keys won't be quite so ubiquitous.
With Uber, now you can make people your destination. They share their location, and you'll be on your way.
We already downloaded Google Trips. So no Wi-Fi? No problem. She has everything she needs to know about her vacation right here on her phone. Because with Google Trips, Ashley can make her own personalized itinerary for each day.
Text Airbnb host Brandon, I'm on my way.
Message sent.
Play music.
We at Airbnb believe in a future of convenience, where products and services are smart and take care of all the little things so you don't have to.
Hands. Because we already know React.
I don't find this more convenient. I would definitely prefer this.
And immediately get feedback.
This would definitely boost my confidence.
So are you thinking, when you think about the travel experience in Mexico, the way these people are thinking, the way Airbnb are thinking, the way the big technology companies are investing? IBM, Google are spending a fortune putting money into this to get hold of the type of experience. Everybody's trying to suck you in. Tesla cars. Anybody driven a Tesla car? Yeah. Fast, efficient. Unbelievable speed. So by 2035, 76 million vehicles with some type of computerized capability. The car of the future is going to be a computer on wheels. Yeah? And what's more, it's going to be a different world. This is the age of the customer. The customer is deciding what it wants, and the customer wants a very different experience. 4 billion people own mobile phones. Only 3.5 billion use a toothbrush. Just work that one out, but it's true. And if you sit next to them, you know it. Actually, within 3 minutes of delivering a text to any of you, you've read it, even if you're sitting listening to me. Most of you are looking, just in case. It's probably more interesting. Actually, it's generating so much revenue, it's unbelievable. Google and people like that are actually getting away from exposing the process of travel. Because what we've done as a travel industry is exposed to the consumer the process of travel, not the experience of travel. They don't want to know about the plane. They want to know about the meeting, the destination. They want to know where they're going, because it's all about experience. Airbnb are launching. They think they're going to be the travel agent of the 21st century. See their videos. It's frightening, because they're thinking differently. They're disrupting the market wherever they go. So actually, the age of the customer is there. How quick is this going to happen? Can you spot the car there? That's Times Square, 1900. Now, everybody says the world moves faster today than it did in the past. Okay, so that was 1900. This was what? 13 years later. There's not a horse and carriage there. There was no more people looking after horses. I don't know what happened to horses. They might have eaten a lot of horse meat. But what happened? The world changed very quickly, and cars were everywhere. Now, these cars are what we love. We buy them, they're assets to us, and we have a relationship with cars, and that's going to change.
The marketing set up a relationship between car and driver. Car ownership meant status and freedom. Free to be the guy you wanna be. Free to be the girl you're gonna be. And but that relationship is about to end. Cars are divorcing their drivers.
Oh my gosh, it's changing lanes on its own. I'm not touching it at all, and it's driving. Whoa.
Frightening, isn't it? Just think of that world. And that world is going to change not just the way driving happens, but many things around what we, in our environment around us. And it's going to, tomorrow's world, what is that really going to look like? Because today's world, what's it like? It's traffic jams. You sit in traffic jams, it's difficult. Nothing moves, there's gridlock, because you've got humans driving these cars. But look at this, humans in India can get round because they're intelligent. So they can work their way through traffic when everything else is still. So in a world where we're going, where there'll be pods, you jump in, if it's got language in it, I can be able to speak any language to that computer, it would take me where I want. It's not difficult. It can service me in a different way going forward. But these intelligent cars will have a very different thing when they come to crossroads. There'll be flow. They'll be able to take themselves through these crossroads without traffic lights, without roundabouts, because they're intelligent, they interact with each other. And cities like Singapore have already got automated cars driving around them. With automated cars, you can change the way the roads look, the type of transportation systems you're going to have on top of them. And asset ownership of cars going forward will change. So this is just the beginning of the impact of digital and the Internet of Things on the world around us. And if you think that's just, how quick that's going to come when you think you went from horse and carriage to cars in 13 years in 1900? How quick is this going to happen? Well, what causes disruption is when the price point of the new thing is about 7 times to 10 times cheaper than the old thing. And those automated cars, a lot of cars now have that technology in it. It's just not turned on. The sensors on the cars that do the self-drive, they used to cost £10,000, $10,000 a sensor. They're now $250 a sensor. Your average car, if you've got a good one, and I'm English, so I have to buy German cars to get a good one, but they will last 150,000 miles. The electric car will last 500,000 miles. And there's nothing in it that's going to break down. The electric motor's easy. All I'm going to have to do is change the wheels. So the cost will come down to 7 to 10 times what it costs us today for a car. And when that happens, you throw away your old car. It won't be a slow transition, it'll be a sudden transition. And the world around us will change. So the tourist industry, do you have car hire? Do I actually own a car in the new world? Do I need to own a car? Or do I just call up a nice family car for the day? A different type of car for when I need to move things between my flat and my house? And a sports car in the evening if I'm doing something I shouldn't be doing. So the world is changing around us very much, and this is just the beginning. So asset ownership would disappear. People won't own cars. The new generation is spending their money on travel, exciting things, not buying assets. The employment sector would change. The technologies that are coming out are changing the way we're interacting. We're seeing data analytics telling you the best time to buy. Anybody use Hopper? It's an app in America. You sign up for it, and it says, what's the best time to buy this flight? It tells you, now buy it. It's the cheapest it's going to be. By the way, all that data comes from the company I work for, Travelport. We're a big seller of travel, big retail platform for travel, airlines, and things. So data is driving this industry. Artificial intelligence, driving the way you engage, learning things. If you're doing something today that you did yesterday, why? Because you've got original thought. Robots can do that. Virtual reality, that immersion, you heard it on the last speaker. The idea that you can immerse yourself in an environment before you get there is changing. Voice-enabled search. Why am I checking in on my flight tonight? I should pick up my phone and say, just check me in. I shouldn't need to go to a mobile app. It knows who I am. It knows my flight. It knows I like seat 1A. Just put me in it. So these things are changing, and then give me the answer back in my messaging platform. Because you want to use chat. You don't want to open up you're in chat all your lives nowadays, and so am I. It's not just millenniums, by the way, it's all of us. Anybody that uses technology is using all this all the time. So the future of tourism. Where are we looking at? Augmented reality. Start putting this out there. It's cheap now, the platforms exist. It's easy, 2 people in a garage can do this. So you look at a brochure, it comes alive in your phone. It makes it real. Think about what you could do to sell Mexico using this type of technology, and it's not expensive. The platforms make it easy for you to interact with. We're going to see a lot of disruption in this. There's millions of dollars being spent on this. What about 3D printing? You know, the idea that I could have a personalized souvenir, maybe. So print me next to maybe the Eiffel Tower and I take it home. I don't know. Maybe that's getting a bit far-fetched. But these things are changing the way we think about the world around us. So how many of you have tried 3D printing? It's getting cheaper every moment. It's an exciting thing. And you can make very complicated things very easily with it. This is another one. People want to go to places they've seen on television. This is a Harry Potter scene. You hold your camera up at the street corner, and you can see that film come alive. Augmented reality, Tom, I want to see this guy, but can't, but there he is. He's getting off his bus in London. It's wonderful. But not just things like that, but what about historic monuments? Bring them to life. The Colosseum in Rome, augmented reality, what did it really look like? And have people involved around it so you can stand there and see what's happening, how it used to look, not how it's looking today. And bring these sites alive. This is London. I wasn't there, but I wanted to see the fireworks. Hold it over, I can see what happened at that time. Just think, this is all there today. So where are we going tomorrow with this type of technology? So all I want you to do is think, how do you use technology to market Mexico going forward? Because that's the way you get reach in the new world. Because the platforms are there. It's very easy to innovate. It's cheap to innovate. You've got a very young, vibrant population. Use them. Teach them technology and tourism, technology and travel, and exploit this to get your message out there. So, finally, it is the digital revolution we're in. I used to use cameras. Who sends postcards home anymore? No, even I don't. I stick it on Facebook, everybody knows where I am, and then they go and rob my house while I'm away. But the world's changed because it's changed to this. Everybody's carrying the mobile device. It's virtual reality. It's augmented reality. It's things telling you where you are in context and interacting with the environment around you. So sorry, I've gone over time, but hopefully you found it useful. So thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Le voy a pedir a Antonio Cosío, presidente del Grupo Brisas y miembro del Consejo Consultivo del CNET, si eres tan amable, Antonio, de entregarle un reconocimiento y agradecimiento a Mike por estar esta tarde con nosotros.